So do I have to come closer or?
No, we're about good.
Okay.
And we're live.
Oh, good. Hi.
Hello. Hi, Victoria Christopher Murray.
Hi, you're trying to say Billingsley. I haven't seen you in 12 hours.
Right. Well, welcome to Politics, Prose, and Pop Culture. We are so excited to be back on track. Here's the problem. I'm going to place all this blame on Victoria because she's just super busy. It's hard to catch up with you.
Yeah, right. That's what it's been, right? Because you've been just sitting home twiddling your thumbs and watching Lifetime, huh?
I know. Watching some great movies on Lifetime. Well, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're handling the pros in politics, pros, and pop culture
And
tonight.
that's a nice change, right? Because normally we talk politics all the time.
Right. Well, tonight it's all about pros, and we are discussing lust and envy. If you've been under a rock, Lust came out last weekend on Lifetime. So, Victoria, let's talk a little bit about that and watching it and how you felt about all of that, and then we'll move to this week.
Well, it's really interesting. I just spoke to my cousin about it, and she was like, "How did you feel? Were you just?" And I was like, "No, because I am still a woman with an MBA, and it's all business for me, and I'm waiting for the ratings to come in, and I'm talking to the producers about that." But it was good. It was what I loved about the movie was while it was different than the book because it had to be, it stayed close to the essence of the book. It really, I think they did a good job. What about you?
Yes, I loved it. I watched it with a group of people at your house. So I had to go back and watch it because the men
Oh, the
wouldn't be
men.
quiet. And I found that fascinating how the men weighed in.
The men were into it. And I have another friend, he told me that from the beginning, he was pulled in. Then my male friends from high school got me on a Zoom call with them so they could talk about all the horrible things that Carrie Hilson did, which was the same thing that we were hearing, Rashonda. The men were into this movie. I could not believe it. Weren't you surprised?
Yeah, and I love how they were into it. But to see the difference in opinion is fascinating because the men felt like Carrie was wrong.
Yeah, even my male friends that we didn't watch it with felt like Carrie was wrong. Everyone wanted to give Tank the luster a pass.
That double standard for men and women. So we, of course, congratulate you for Lust on Lifetime. But let's talk about doing it again because here's the thing: we'll be back again next weekend.
Yeah,
This
next
weekend.
weekend. So you have two movies and they didn't come out so close. I think I kind of like them close, so I can get it
Yes.
behind me and get to. We need to think about maybe a gift pack, Rashonda. We'll see what people say. A gift pack of your two movies, my two movies, the books.
Love
You
that.
know,
Love that.
you
Great
think that
idea.
idea? But this weekend, what's coming out is Envy, and it's the story of two sisters and what happens when one they didn't know about each other, but once they find out about each other, one who wants the life of the other one, and she feels like she's owed it. It's not just plain envy because one of the things I found about writing the seven deadly sins is that they're all kind of connected. You know what I mean? There's a little
Mhm.
lust in everybody, a little bit of greed in everybody. And so while this is envy, there's other things that are going on. There's a little bit of lust going on in there, and definitely a lot of greed going on in there. But it's the two sisters, Keisha and Gabrielle. Ooh, I almost forgot. And as they're coming to know each other, Keisha, like Trey, doesn't have the best intentions.
So, how is the book different from the movie?
Well, in Lust, it wasn't. Captured the essence of it. In Envy, they did the same thing. They captured the essence, but they made quite a bit of changes in Envy. That sometimes I questioned it, but you know what? They know what they're doing way more than I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very interesting to see because I want people to remember that this is a different movie. So Lust had all of that tank sexiness, and we don't have that in Envy because it's a different
Mhm.
story.
So tell us about the filming journey. I know you didn't get to go because of COVID, but
Mhm.
you were still involved more than you see most authors be involved in a process like this.
Yeah, and I think I was involved for two reasons. One, the executive producer, Sean Robinson, believed in bringing me along in everything. And I'm so grateful to her for that. And then that was the benefit of COVID because everything, well, so much had to be done digitally that's normally done in person. And now they didn't have to worry about flying me into Atlanta or someplace to have a meeting. I could just go sit in a corner in Zoom. And so it was great because everything from, I didn't have anything to do with picking the cast at all, but I knew who they were considering and who they finally did choose. And then I was involved in when they were shooting. I knew I would, be able to look at the dailies and the things like that. But the most exciting part was to see the finished product at the different stages. And then I had one-on-one contact with the director, especially of Lust. So that was a lot of fun. And I learned a lot about directing. Now I don't know if I'm ever going to do any directing, but I think I told you a couple of things that she taught me, and I just love being able to talk. And um, for all the writers out there, one of the things I want everybody to know is that we are really, really respected. One of the things, like last week, we were on Clubhouse, and Hosea Chanchez said something to me that he had said to you, Rashonda, that none of this happens without the characters that are created first
Mhm.
with us. And Star Victoria, the director of Lust, did an Instagram, and she thanked everybody, and she said she saved me for last because none of this would start without us. And so I just want to give people a lot of, hope out there.
Mhm.
Um, but but one of the things I also want to tell people when they're thinking about their books becoming film, Tiffany Warren kind of talked me through something I had said last week. Uh, when the gift we've been given is writing books, that's our gift. Our gift was not writing a book that went to a movie. The gift is to write the book. The blessing is that God turned that gift into a movie.
Mhm.
People need to stop chasing the blessing and focus on the gift. The Bible said that your gift will make room for you. And so many people are looking beyond their gift to the blessing. How do I get my book into a movie? How do I do that? And that's putting, I hate cliches, the cart before the horse.
Mhm.
You write a couple of good books and you focus on your gift, and it'll find you.
And see, that's a word. I feel like we need to pass a collection plate. Let the church say amen.
That's going to be in the gift packet.
But let me ask you though. So that was one of my questions. You see a lot of writers, even as they sit down to write, they're saying, okay, who should star in my movie and who should direct it and all of that. What you're saying is put all of that aside and focused on the writing.
Focus on the gift that God gave you. And Rashonda, I think you can tell people. I mean, I'm not just making this up for now.
Mhm.
I feel blessed, but I wasn't excited.
At
Everybody,
all. At all.
I wasn't excited. That was the blessing. I was grateful for the blessing, but my focus is on the gift, and the gift is so that I can walk in my purpose. And when people start thinking about turning their books into movies, when the gift is to write the book, they're looking beyond their purpose.
Okay, what a word. Now, so tell us Saturday. They want people to do hashtag NBO Lifetime, and why is that?
Well, I don't. You know more about why they want to get it going trending than I
So
do, but
it's
they
trend.
really they really wanted to get it going trending. Why is that, Rashonda?
Well, let me tell you. So, Lust on Lifetime was trending,
Yes.
and we're in a social media age, so that's what people are talking about. And if you followed Lust on Lifetime on Twitter, especially, you saw it and Instagram trending, which meant people were watching and people were weighing in. What you want is people talking to Twitter, saying, "No, she didn't go into that hotel room." Hashtag Lust on Lifetime, because that tells the people that make these movies there are people talking back to and watching the movies.
And of course, she went into that room. Who, you know what? Everybody was so mad at her for going into the room. Who would not go into a hotel room when Tank don't have on no clothes?
I wouldn't.
You know, you now wait a minute. You know Tank. You guys have been in a play together, so I know that's not true. But okay. And so we do want people to do that. Now, one of the things that I learned from Lifetime, from the executives at Lifetime, is that the most important night is that first night, just like the movies. And they get different levels of ratings. I didn't know that. So they're looking for how many people watched it the first night and how many people watch it on repeat. And that's important to them too, because people who've watched it 2 or 3 times, they know it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know that they could even measure all of that.
And all of that is important because all of that helps them decide, okay, this is what works, so we want more. And so one of the things I had someone tell me, you guys are really working to promote. Everybody should work to promote each other. And
Yeah.
that's because not just because it's the right thing to do, but because a rising tide lifts all boats.
Yeah.
And so one of the things when Lifetime is looking and they're like, okay, this made us, did great for us. Victoria, we need more books. Okay, we've done all your books. What can we go do next? Because they're reactive, not proactive.
Yeah, and they're not going to just do Victoria Christopher Murray. They're going to be looking, and then if it does well on Lifetime, you better believe Hallmark is going to be looking for them, and Netflix will be looking for it. So there will be a lot of people looking for content, but you focus on your gift.
That's right. I mean, when I wrote, I never wrote thinking I'm going to get a movie deal out of this at all. And I do think a lot of writers do that. It's okay for you to say who's going to star in this movie, but that doesn't need to be your focus.
Yeah, not your focus. And I get a lot of emails now from people saying, can you introduce me to the people at Lifetime? No, when I meet them, or I can't believe the people who have been sending me emails asking for the hookup. How can you help me get my script over to Lifetime? I can't get my script over to Lifetime. It doesn't work that way.
It does not work that way. And I've seen the emails come in. I told you you're going to be bombarded with it.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we do is we respect the craft. You now have a connection with Star Victoria. That connection will be ended if every day you're calling Star Victoria and saying, I need you to read this script from so-and-so who I know on Facebook. So we really do respect those relationships.
Yeah, because I've gotten emails from people who say to me, hey, I met you in 2000. I read Temptation. I haven't read any other books. Can you hook me up with Lifetime?
Yes.
Very interesting conversations. But it's a fun journey. I'm having a great time with it. Hopefully it'll sell some more books. Who knows? But hopefully it'll be the rising tide, like you always say.
Right. And so one of the things, Sally Lewis said the way that the book ended, she thought it would be a part 2. The part 2 is Envy, if you will, and it'll be on this Saturday.
Yeah. So she thought the way the book ended or the way the movie ended?
The way the movie ended, you think it's a part 2. But the way the book ended, it will not be a part.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the way the movie ended. Yeah, there's no part 2. They're doing one story at a time. And one of the things that I found out that people love the ending of the book, people love the redemption ending of the movie. I think they did a great job all around, and I'm hoping that they'll do as good a job on Envy. But just remember, it's a different cast. You don't have Tank and no shirt. You don't have all that.
It's a different story. How can we help you succeed with this movie on this Saturday?
Well, if everyone definitely, oh, one thing I do want to say very quickly, Lust comes on right before Envy on Saturday. So if you want to watch them back to back, just start at 6 o'clock Eastern time. So that would be 5 Central, right?
Right.
And just watch it, Lust again, and then Envy. But watching it on Saturday, telling everyone that you know. That's the biggest thing. I can't tell you the number of people. Rashonda, a really good friend of yours and mine, didn't know about the movie until they received your email, not mine, because I forgot to send emails. And
You're a little
so
busy.
you helped other people. You sent out an email, you sent out text, you sent out everything. And I saw a lot of people doing that on social media, and I'm so grateful. So that's the way they could do it, because we can't make it one and done. They took a chance on doing two. And so I want to do well with both.
All right, well, let's do it again. Eric Jamal says he's already pre-mad at the characters in Envy.
He's already pre-mad. And then,
Already
but
pre-mad.
speaking before we close, speaking of helping each other,
Right.
Envy comes on Saturday. Tomorrow, I want everyone to go to Netflix and watch
Dad, stop embarrassing
me. Yeah, I was going to say, Daddy, stop embarrassing me, because that's what I used to say to my father. So, Dad, stop embarrassing me. And let me tell you why. We say we want quality entertainment. Right now, we need to be pushing every single show that we can, every single movie. So, yes, you must watch Envy, but tomorrow night you must go on Netflix and watch Dad, Stop Embarrassing Me.
Yes, and yes, Vanita Chapman asks, "Is that the one with Jamie Foxx?" It is. It
That's
is
the
some
one with
back
Jamie Foxx.
comedic element.
Yeah, and think about this. We all. I'm a daddy's girl. I was a daddy's girl, and you know that you come an age when your father is nothing but an embarrassment. And so all of us will be able to relate to that. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I can't either. And Candace Johnson said, "If we push these movies, we can slow down the remakes."
Yeah,
Let's
right.
get some new and original stuff out there.
We can get a lot of new stuff out there, because that's what Lifetime's looking to do. Right now, they do a lot of true life crime and everything, and they want to see how all of these original movies will do.
And there's a quick thing that you found out. Lifetime is looking for series, not just one and done. Right?
Yeah, they're looking for series as well. So that's why it's important for us to watch. I want to say, Daddy, stop embarrassing me.
Because that's what you used to say.
Because I used to say, Daddy. That's my title. But because that's why it's important for us to watch these series, because we will get to see that. They will get to see that how supportive we are of all of them.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we got just 2 jobs this week.
Dad, stop embarrassing
Daddy, stop
Dad, because they're gonna be typing in Daddy.
Okay,
Dad, stop embarrassing me. And Envy, and hashtag please lust on Lifetime, Envy on Lifetime. You can hashtag lust the first hour. But when Envy comes on, we're really trying to get it trending. Envy on Lifetime. We had someone ask, are there some graphics that people can promote? You will find these graphics on Victoria's page, as well as my page and Brown Girl's page. We promote it everywhere. So you can snatch those graphics from there and just help us spread the word.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for everyone saying how much they want to help. And then they watch the movie. So I'm just so grateful. And I'm so grateful that Lifetime did a good job, because it could have been a hot mess, right?
I know. Tell me about it.
They did such a good job that somebody said, I think it was Shannon Harper who said, the movie was better than the book, and the book was phenomenal.
Love it, love it. And you said that, so that's not an insult. They're different projects, so that we'll take that.
Oh my God! I told everybody that the movie was better than the book, and I love my book, but and that's why you wanted to option it first, right?
I did. Just for the record, I'm the first one that told her it should be a movie, and I wanted to option it, and she wouldn't let me.
I think people think we're kidding about that, Rashonda, because
Yeah.
they don't know, they don't know when we're kidding. That's a real story. You called me up after you finished reading it and you said, if I had any money, I would option this book from you. And I was
Yeah.
like, why?
Because I could see the commercial appeal. Now you should have said, I know you don't have any money, but I'm gonna let you have it anyway. Even though you don't have connections either.
Yeah.
You need one or the other. If you don't have money, you at least need some connections.
Yeah, but I know a lot of people think we're kidding about that, but you were the first person for sure.
Well, I am happy for you. We all are. So congratulations to you again. You have, we just, this is a dream come true for so many, and it couldn't happen to a better person because it's not a dream you set out for. It's a dream you were blessed with.
I was given this blessing.
Yeah.
So that's why I can't get excited because I didn't have anything to do with it. It was all God. I don't have anything to do with it.
And God says, thou shalt get excited. Okay. All right.
Yay! Yay!
Well, thank you. We are going to wrap it up. We don't want to keep you, but we will be back next week because Victoria is itching. It's been a minute since we talked politics.
And we have a lot to talk about. And Rashonda, we're going to have some special guests in the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
We are going to want to meet.
We are back on track. We will be here every Tuesday night with politics, prose, and pop culture. And so thank you once again for joining us, and we'll see you back here next week.
Bye.